off benefits, those jobs need to be private sector led, and we urgently need to have a government recognition that an area like Stoke-on-Trent, identified by the BBC as the third least resilient area to fight the recession that we're in, that special attention from government. And if he cares to come and visit my constituency, you can come as many times as you want in order that we can get this message across.
Alison McGovern.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I never thought I would stand here talking in a debate which is most welcome, this backbench debate on growth, and quote the noble Lord Lamont, but I'm going to. He said about the ERM crisis of 1992, I think it is worth emphasising that the ERM crisis was an international one. He went on, I'm always surprised at the extent to which people see it as a purely British crisis. In that week, in September 1992, 8 countries either devalued or floated. I think the lesson that I take from that quote, Mr Deputy Speaker, is that we forget the global picture at our peril. And I've been pleased to listen this afternoon to other members who've referenced the circumstances that we find ourselves trying to drive forward growth at a time when the world is facing very difficult circumstances indeed. We're not alone in our pursuit for growth, and I think that's an important lesson that we all need to heed. I want to make 3 extremely swift points in response to that global challenge. The first one I can say very swiftly, I think it's one that's been repeated this afternoon, that effectively on regional development agencies there's the appearance that the government has wiped the slate clean on growth policy in the regions that were seeing success with regional development agencies. I feel there was a lack of understanding of the good practice that went on in development agencies, and I think the government might, in their development of local economic partnerships, actually just question, for those areas like mine in the North West, where there was success coming out of the regional development agencies, what is it that needs to be carried forward into the local economic partnerships to make sure that that practice of development, as one business in Wirral said to me, that ability to roll their sleeves up and help us out isn't lost. The second point that I want to make is how has also been mentioned already about the importance of rebalancing. And when I look at the global economy, I too wonder, as others have this afternoon, about how we might provide things that are needed around the world, that can be sold around the world. And I know from my own constituency the importance of science-led business in doing this. And I would hope that with the investment in superfast broadband and other things that we were hoping to see in the Wirral, we will continue, as we have historically, with Unilever at the heart of our borough, to be champions for science-led business, where we, through our expertise, can lead the way. Finally, I want to conclude that we have real opportunities for export, given our historic links with India and China. And I would leave the Minister with this final thought. The local economic partnerships need to be able to stand on the world stage and argue for that trade relationship. And I think we all need to think about what it is those local economic partnerships need the powers to do so that they can stand on the global stage and argue for investment in Britain.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.